has been left on the hearts and mind and the landscape. After the vicious rainstorm and the resultant flooding, which took 21 lives in this area and caused millions of dollars worth of property damage, it destroyed homes and ruined crops, made highways impassable, closed industries and businesses. Utility services were inoperable, and the water supply, municipally operated, ceased. Within 17 hours, nearly 12 inches of rain fell. But our normally quiet streams became raging and overflowing conduits which outran their banks. Buildings, humans, animals, lush fields of corn and crops, and even the engineering masterpieces of highway construction fell victim to the mad, swirling water. The greatest loss is human life. The torrential flooding was no respecter of age. A 6-week-old infant is presumed drowned. An 86-year-old man dies. 2 policemen gave their lives as they tried to save stranded victims. Hundreds of roadbeds and bridges were washed out. Thousands of private homes and businesses suffered immeasurable damage. Small villages were totally isolated. Due to the innumerable road hazards, roadbeds washed out, bridges being washed out or weakened, people had to be warned of these conditions. And many volunteers gave of their time to help direct traffic and to, when necessary, advise those who had to travel to use extreme care and caution. REACT, Radio Emergency Action Citizens Team, is also a local organization formed to handle emergencies in time of disaster within the area. They are ready to get information out through all channels. Here are 3 weary REACT volunteers who are being relieved by 3 somewhat freshened volunteers. During the disaster, the messages continued to pour in and had to be relayed to various points throughout the area. A passenger train southeast of town is surrounded by water. The passengers can go nowhere. A boy is said to be stranded in the top of a tree above the swirling waters. How to get help to him? Some people are on the roof of a house. 2 boats have capsized and 12 people are in the water. Get help. Call the scuba divers. Get men to help distribute water. Here at police headquarters, REACT works hand in hand with the local department. The red phone is being used, possibly to call the chief of police. More help is needed in this disaster. REACT stationed itself at the local broadcasting station, which was without telephone communication or telewriter communication. Messages were relayed from disaster control headquarters in the downtown area to the local broadcaster. He repeats the message over the air. When the power has been restored to the local broadcasting station, the messages continue to pour in hour after hour. When a serious emergency arises, the National Guard can be called upon. Once the order comes, they quickly check their equipment and within minutes are headed for their destination. The equipment checked. Oops, don't take the tree with you. The ambulances are ready to go to the scene of the emergency. Upon arrival, they become active throughout the area, providing assistance to the local police, aid in rescue and search operations for possible victims or survivors. They also help to prevent looting in the homes and businesses. An Amish farmer looks over his destroyed land, or mostly destroyed, but he thanks the Lord that there is still sufficient to farm. Some of the debris cannot be picked up by the hands of man. Big equipment comes on the scene. A construction company working to build the expressway through town now turns its workers to cleaning up the debris caused by the roaring, swirling currents. land destruction caused by the flooding details approximately 4 feet of soil surface washed away, and will take nature hundreds of years to bring the soil back to productivity. It would take 6,000 tons of soil per acre for man to restore this land. Despite the tremendous soil damage, there was plenty of productive soil left to supply man's material needs. Suffering and heroism matched each other. Lives were given in a desperate attempt to rescue stranded men, women, and children. Lives were saved, and the contents of homes were salvaged by those who risked their safety. The vicious destruction tore property apart, but brought mankind together. It was a time when strangers became friends, when man helped man. We can only hope they know how much they helped, and they will go among the legion of the honored unsung heroes. Officials from every corner of the stricken community had praise and words of thanks to the countless volunteers who endangered their own lives to aid in the emergency. May we always be grateful to the people of courage who gave of their time, talent, and if necessary, their lives for their fellow man.